Good fucking morning and welcome to the classiest place on earth. I hope you're all doing well. We got pile drived with snow. So much, it's still coming. It's still going. There's so much, it just I let the dogs out and went and showered and worked out and whatnot, and then let the dogs out again. It snowed so much it covered their footprints again. It's just going. Yeah, that snow is a going today. So, of course, we had very important errands this morning, i.e., we had to play in the snow. So, I do apologize for being late, but it was important. Thank you. I've had this for like 2 years and never worn it. I don't even know where it came from, but it seemed fitting today because it's just fucking cold out. Come on, light. Do better. Anyways, I hope you're all having a good Saturday. I got so fucking high yesterday. Wow. Crazy. I haven't been that high in a while. I hope you're all got equally joyful yesterday. Oh yeah, they love it. They love it. I posted a little video of them hopping around in it on Blue Sky. They love snow. They're meant for it. They're built for this weather. They just fucking adore it. I hate it. It's fucking freezing. But God, their joy jumping around in it is worth every moment in it, honestly. The video of the priest and the nuns having a snowball fight? No. Wait, is it old? That sounds weirdly familiar, but also I could just be picturing like something from Fight Club when they beat up when they're like trying to pick fights and they pick a fight with a priest. Oh, fuck yeah, Crispy. I gotta grind up weed anyways. Did my music just die? Good. Spotify's been weird for days. It was doing it again just before stream. Like, I pressed one song and I was like, no, not that one. Pressed another one. It took like 10 seconds for it to change songs. I hope it's not my internet. I'm just cross your dicks. It's just Spotify being an asshole. Let's hope. I'm an hour late, Viata. It's a Saturday. It's the day of rest, right? I hope you guys fucking sleep in on Saturdays. Good. You should always wash your sausage. Do I look really? It's the bright red. I know. I feel like Kozu. I feel like I have two modes. It's either all black or like a rainbow vomited. Never an in between though. I don't, and I literally, you guys know this. I get dressed in the dark, man. I don't even know. I literally just like go by feel, and I'm like, yeah, that texture looks good. I always get up early because child. Yeah, I feel that. I'd love to blame it on my dogs, but I don't think I'd sleep in if sleeping in just isn't for me. I don't know. I feel like when I sleep in, if I sleep in, I wake up not happy. I kind of like there's something about early mornings that I just love. Like like not being up early, but the early morning of just like the quiet. There's no one awake. No one's asking anything of me. I have nothing going on my phone. Like there's just these precious hours in the morning where most people aren't really active, and I love those hours. Those are my hours. I like worship them. Good morning, Vile. Side note, Dramonic, thank you so much for coming to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking anus its wings for 20 months. That's a really long time, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Good morning, Chris. I'm lucky if I make it past 8 p.m. Same. Literally same. Like, honestly, if my alarm's not set, I usually wake up around, like, 7, and then I just kind of, like, lay there for a minute and hope to sleep more, and then my brain turns on, and it's like, panic, 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 get up, and I'm like, okay. I guess that's it. That's my day. I was a teen in the 80s. Either all my shit matches or none of it does. Is that an 80s thing? Because I feel that's me. I'm not, I mean, I was born in the 80s, but like, not to like call myself out, but just to like I'm wearing leopard leggings, black leopard leggings, maroon leg warmers, a neon orange, and then this. Like, what is this? I looked at it and I'm like, who? I I don't know. It's not. It's this or it's all black. Like, it's all black. Like, that's it. I don't know if I have any matchy match. Thank you. Thank you. It's blind confidence. I need to spin this a little bit. It's blind confidence, genuinely. Like, I just don't pay attention to what I'm wearing, I think, and then you pull it off. I don't know. Good morning. Did that alert go off? I think it was low. Goonies, thank you so much for sending the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 74 fucking months. Jesus Christ. We've been around for a bit. I'm a mom who never got pelvic floor therapy, so if I get up to pee before 8 a.m., I can usually go back to sleep and sleep till normal. I wish it was that. I wish it was the peeing that got me up. It's just my brain. Thank you, B. I do. I mean, genuinely, as long as I'm warm, I don't give a fuck. Genuinely. If I wake up to pee after 8, then fuck it, I'm up. I wish. And I drink water constantly. I actually saw a funny, it was like one of those, you're a Coloradan if memes. And you guys know, like, this is the best part of it. So you guys know the way that I describe Colorado is it feels like a giant REI that I can't afford. That you just feel like you're living in an REI that you can't afford. Everybody's wearing Patagonia and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I? And this meme was like, you're a Coloradan if your membership to REI is the only one you care about and you have to drink 3 gallons an hour, otherwise your skin cracks. And I was like, whoa. I'm not the only one that sees this. Because you guys know I fucking live off lip balm. It's crazy how dry it is here. REI, it's, how would you explain? It's an outdoors sporting goods store that specializes in, like, the hipster stuff, like rock climbing. Like, genuinely, the first REI is in Seattle, and it has an indoor climbing wall that you can try out all your, like, it's a pretty, honestly, I do have a lot of shit from REI because my mom shops there all the time, and that's what she used to get me for Christmas and shit like that. They have good quality stuff. Like, there's a lot of really good brands in there. Genuine, I've talked about it before. Anything I've ever bought from REI, I still own to this day and is in flawless condition. Like, it's hardcore shit. It will last, and they have an insane return policy. You can return anything within a year, regardless of the use or the reason or anything like that. And my favorite thing is REI has something called a garage sale that it's online now. I don't think they do it in person anymore. But essentially, because of this crazy return policy, they get a shit ton of returns, and instead of throwing it away, like twice a year, they'd have this, like, what they called their garage sale, where they put out all the shit that's been returned, and it's like 70% off. So I used to just, like, flush myself in running shoes and running socks and all this shit because it's unused, it's untouched. It's just, they can't sell it at full price anymore. It's a pretty good, but it's expensive. Like, you're not going to get away with cheap shit in there. It's all, but, I mean, it sounds sick. I have socks that I bought at REI like 12 years ago that are still in mint condition. Smart Wool. That's the brand. It's crazy. Like, it is good shit. It's meant to be, like, used hard. But it tends to be kind of like that pretentious human that has the money to do the activities like rock climbing and stuff, which, like, who? To each their own. Not me, though. No shit. I worked at a ropes course during college and went rock climbing for class. I'm so jealous. What a fun fucking job. Maybe like what Gander Mountain was. Yeah, it's not, there's no hunting stuff in there, so it's not like a Bass Pro Shop or something like that. It's not like that. It's more, biking, kayaking, rock climbing. Like, that's the one, like, if you drove into Seattle from the north and got off on the Denny exit, I think it is. It's crazy that I can still remember this. The REI is right there as you get off the exit, and literally it's like a 3-story tall glass building that you can see the climbing wall in. It's like a 360 climbing wall. So it's like a climbing tower or whatever. But you can go in there and try out all your shit. Like, it's wild. Smartwool socks are fucking amazing. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're like $10 to $15 a pair, but they've lasted me 12 years running, which is incredible. So, Roland, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Keeping the classy alive and giving it 8 swings for 44 fucking months. Holy shit. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for that resub. Good morning, Knives. How is Pickles? Well, it's sad, Goonies. I feel like we always fucking need teachers. But, like, how I think about this way too often for someone who doesn't have kids. But it's teachers are, like, abused. And we expect them to be free babysitters for our mongrels all day, and they're paid fucking nothing. I mean, I think about teachers too often. T-Night with fucking 10 gifted subs. What the fuck? Thank you, generous fuck. Cosmic Rose, 9th Pawn, Icy Hess. Rocket Man, Ryan Dog, Gas Dog, Zen Raid, Jojo Power Ranger, Ghostly, and Tuhiru. You're all butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you very, very much, T, you generous hoe. He's fine, passed out under my desk. Is he still puking and coughing? There's a huge, but like, how do you encourage a person to be a teacher in the current, like, how do I put this? Like, the people that would, like, look at the current state of the education system and think, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I'd be scared of those people being my children's teachers. Like, the people today. Because I just don't see where the hope is. Like, they're not teachers. Teachers are genuinely not paid a living wage. And they're expected to completely stock their classrooms by themselves and to be free babysitters all day and then get screamed at by parents. Like, I want to see one of those parents just maintain 20 toddlers all day and then yell. Like, I want to see, I think about you guys all, it's weird. It's something that just, like, haunts me because it's genuinely, like, the future of our country is based on what children are being raised in right now. And with, like, and and you know this is no dig on teachers at all. It's, like, the world you guys are forced to live in. Like, you guys, I know you're a teacher. My friend Sarah, she's had to move schools because she's been bullied to death by parents. Like, it's insane. And yet you quite literally are raising the future of our country. Literally. Like, you probably spend more waking hours with most people's children than they spend with their own children. It's I think about this shit way too often. It's really weird. I should smoke. He's feeling better. Good. I'm glad. Trick got sick too, but not that bad. And we get our pay cut from time to time for no reason. Good thing we aren't here for the money. And that's like, you genuinely have to get people in that kind of being yes. Oh yeah. Because nowadays it's similar to how kids can't avoid bullying. Teachers can't, they never get to check out because everything's online. So they have, like, these online portals on their phones where parents have 24/7 constant contact with them all the fucking time. So at 8 p.m. you can get a diatribe angry email because parent. And, like, I'm all about parents standing up for their kids. Like, don't get me wrong, that needs to happen, but there's just something going on. Yes. Berated, bullied, whatever you want to say, stalked, never left alone. Like, think about some of the people you and I run into and then put a child in the mix. Oh my fucking God. I love my son's teachers. Like, if I could buy her everything she wanted, I would. I'm so thankful for them. Everyone should be thankful for anyone who wants to be a teacher or is a teacher today. Like, it's crazy. My homeroom kids, I've gone through all their firsts with them. Like, I hear too much, but also I'm one of the few of them that listen to them and help work things out. You're a genuine human and I appreciate you. You're a blessing. I know there's so many people like you out there. It's just like, I knew a lot of people going into teaching when I was in school. The college I went to in Washington has had, I don't know if it's still renowned, but like a renowned teaching college within the college. So like while you're going to school getting your undergrad, you would basically be it's like being pre-med. You'd be on the track to join this special teaching college that is like renowned. I don't know. People are really big about this teaching college. And my friends would go through this teaching college and come out and get like a substitute job for 15 years. Like, I have some friends who genuinely still haven't been able to lock down just a job with a school. Today, still haven't been able to. That's crazy. Because schools don't want to hire more teachers, they take on more kids, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's. I think about this too much. Really, I really do. The portal in NC is Power School, I believe, and you can just send whatever to the teacher at any time, along with their personal emails, which are given out. Yeah, it's constant. Oklahoma's doing this fucked up thing where they're trying to make it to where medical absences don't count as excused. How can they legally do that? What? Where medical absences don't count as excused, which puts my kid at risk because he goes to speech therapy once a week. But because pre-K is included in the ratings, our local school has an F. Oklahoma's trying to shut down any school with an F. I'd like to point out that we don't have any other school in our area, not even private. What does that mean? Yeah, Oklahoma's on that fuck them kids. What does that mean? As an Oklahoman, it's all very dumb. I'm so sorry you guys had to deal with this. That fucking sucks. I mean, how is that? That just genuinely feels so wrong. I know I'm preaching to the crowd here. That seems so wrong. We're not progressing as a species. We're going backwards hard, yeah. Really, I live in Oklahoma, but teach in Kansas. I live close to the state line. Do you teach in Kansas by choice because of the Oklahoma school system? Just curious. Wasn't Oklahoma the state where you can't graduate high school without being accepted? That, I think they're trying. I think Oklahoma is one of those states that's trying that, yeah? They're trying to do that thing where you can't graduate unless you have a plan or something. Still avoiding political stuff. Yeah, I basically started it. It's my problem, but talking about just teachers and how much I think about them. Yeah, as long as we don't touch the politics part of it, just teachers in general and how they're abused and not paid worth what they need to be paid and etc. And like, I think about this stuff a lot, which is, I don't know why it pops into my mind, but I think about like, how do we get new teachers when you can't pay them and they're going into a system where they kind of don't even get to really teach kids. They're just teaching kids to pass standardized tests. Like, why would any teacher want to be in that system? I know a lot of you don't. You just are because you actually genuinely care about the kids. It's just like, I think about that a lot. I worry about the kids and teachers and like what that's going to be in the future. It's disgusting, Crispy. I mean, um, 3 of my siblings dropped out and got their GEDs, not because they were bad kids, not because they were shitty in school. They genuinely were too smart. Like 3 of my siblings, not an exaggeration, were too smart, so they just tested out of school. Good morning, Rage. I know, it sucks. I genuinely want to avoid politics. I do. I'm sorry I started it. I think about these things, though, because I do worry about teachers, and there's a lot of teachers in our community. No, 100%. Yeah, if I tip over into it, if anything tips over into it, call me out. So the school told me they're trying to push charter schools and online schools. Apparently, parents will get stipends if we do charter school or homeschool. We all know that stipend won't cover the extra cost of the toilet paper for the kid being home all day. They want to pay parents to homeschool their kids instead of pay teachers to work in a school. Kona, this is an opinion, not a fact by any means. This is just what I think because I am I did the college route and I'm very negative about it. It feels like people are starting to catch on that college is not the be all end all. It does not guarantee a job at all you have the exact same chance to get a job coming out out of a university as pretty much anyone else. But instead of coming out of college and coming out of high school, getting a job, and then by the time you would have graduated college, having the raise big enough to actually live off of it, we graduate college with over $100,000 in debt, and then we start at the bottom of the ladder of pay scale. And because people are starting to figure out that scam, they're starting to look for different routes, i.e. tech schools, trade jobs, stuff like that, things that actually pay good money and are like a really good solid job, like being an electrician or going into refrigeration or something like that. Because of that, the schools are losing money, and so I think they're just trying to push us to get back into universities again for some reason or another. That's what I think is happening, but I don't know. I just think about that a lot because I don't think I'm any smarter than anybody else or any better than anybody else. I don't think anyone is just because I went to school. All I did was pay people for some education. Maybe. Like, that's it. Cheers, by the way. Although I'm clogged. Of course I am. They fucking love the school. Or the school, the snow, my dogs. Oh my god, they're so cute when they're out in it. On the state test, they're back now since COVID. Our school has been going nuts over it this year. Everything has been changed to fit those instead of actually teaching kids what they need exactly. I sensed that when I was in school. My graduating class was the last class in Washington State that didn't have to pass those state standardized tests. In Washington, they're called the Wassels. Wassel. Weird that I remember that. You didn't have to pass them. It was more of a way of grading teachers, like on how you did on the Wassels and stuff like that. And then the classes after that had to pass them, but they couldn't pass them. So instead, they just started teaching to the standardized testing instead of teaching actual information. Like, I saw that happening when I was in school and when my sister was in school, which is crazy. I remember I tried to do the Katie rotating cat-cow pose earlier, and it's not as easy to do as you... I'm saying, it's improved my flexibility a ton, but I mean, when you first do it, it feels very weird, but keep doing it. It's the round thing. This, with your spine, I swear to God, it feels, I mean, your hips are going to loosen up like crazy. It's easily my favorite stretch, probably. Cheers. I think, yeah, Crispy, who posted them the other night? Someone not posted them. I think Knives was playing them one after the other because I was watching them and I saw some by South of Midnight, and then I saw another one, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. But yeah, we saw a couple of them. I didn't watch all of them because I feel like there's like a 30-minute like walk, like all the information about South of Midnight. I kind of don't want to watch it because I don't want spoilers. Like, I kind of just want to explore the game and figure out everything on my own. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they give away a lot in those. I've been just so excited. South of Midnight is something I'm just like that excited for. I don't want to be spoiled on anything. I want to go into the game blind. I already know. I don't need to be sold on it more, I guess. Does that make sense? I wrote down the date. Oh, it's on my other pad. I think it was David saw the date of release. What is it? Was it April? He does them during the break. He did it during the break. 4/8, it is April. How did I remember that? Incredible. Yeah, it comes out in April, so it's really not that far away in the grand scheme of things. Like, that'll be here in 2 seconds, and I'm just so excited to play it. Like, the cartoon style, the way it looks, everything, I don't even care. It just looks so good. I'm so excited. I don't need to see a deep dive to be sold more on it. I'm gonna buy it. Like, I will be buying that game on release and playing the living fuck out of it. It just looks way too good not to. College is so expensive. Like, we're saving for college if my son wants to go. And if we have more kids, we'll save for them too. But we decided we're not going to push it. We're for not pushing universities, state colleges, tech schools will be perfectly fine. Seriously, like, what I wish would have been presented to me was like the options and what those schools do. The way that it was all presented to me, which was so fucking weird, was that community college is for nobody. Nobody goes to community college. Tech school is for like plumbers. And university is where you go if you want to get a job. And that is wrong. Like, wrong. So fucking wrong. I wish if I could have gone back, I just would have gone to a trade school. I would have gone to a trade school. The classes are smaller. The teachers care more. The students are like adults who are present. I don't know. I learned exponentially more what I ended up doing because I wanted to fucking get out of school as fast as possible. Like, I was in school for like 9 years. Is I started taking classes at different schools because, like, for instance, if you're taking a series like 123 or 121, 122, 123 series, 121 is only offered in the fall, and if you don't get in, you're fucked for a year. and you have to get that series to graduate. This is how colleges keep you in college for so fucking long, because you get fucked this way. So that would happen to me, because if you're a freshman, you don't get first choice for classes. So what I do is I just look at every other college in my town, like all the tech schools, all the community colleges, and I take it there. And the credit transferred, and I ended up taking the majority. I started just like transferring and taking the majority of my classes at the tech schools, because I just learned so much more. Again, class sizes were small. The classes tended to be older, more mature people who like weren't fucking around. And that atmosphere was better for me. I just enjoyed it more. But I just wish someone would have presented like real possibilities to me, and not the possibilities they wanted me to see. And this is no shade, like no one knew any better, but my parents definitely were like, you're going to go to university. So the way that they presented my options was losers, losers, no job, losers, poor, university. So I was like, oh, I guess that's all I get to do, which is fucking lies. It's just not real. Trade jobs make good money, and you're going to have a job forever. All of my brothers work construction. They make around $50 an hour ish in their late 30s, early 40s. Like that's pretty decent money. And they're like pipe fitters, welders, etc. Like they have trades. They have real skills on their belt, which is amazing. And then we watched DCB for 30 minutes. Yep. It was in honor of my cat Sandwich. Pay it forward by giving your pet a hug today. I played with mine in the snow, so they're all tired and pooped out, probably in the bed now, but I will snuggle them. Thank you. I went to community college my first 2 years. I played softball, and it was a very good way to get into a bigger school environment since we were from a small town. I loved it. It also got me a softball scholarship transfer when I graduated. Fuck yes. Yeah, $50 an hour is roughly $100K an hour. Yeah. And granted, like, their bodies are getting beat to fuck. Like, it's not a great longevity of career working in construction, building, etc. Like, Glut can tell you all about it. That's literally why Glut got out. One of the reasons why Glut got out. Because it destroys your body. It is so hard on your fucking flesh corpse your whole life. But it's a good, solid job. You will have work. And that's all I wanted. Genuinely, I went to school because I was like, I just want to know I can have a job. And then here we are. If I could go back and tell myself, like, you're going to go to school for 9 years to learn how to unplug Nana, but really you're just going to listen to music all day. Not a hundo what I would have done with that. I was told I could do anything. Yeah. Sunny? What does that mean? What's sunny? Unless you're going to do something super specific where universities where you'd need to go to learn that, go to the trade route. I feel like universities basically only if you're going to do, and this is just, I don't know. This is just a personal experience. It's only if you're doing something that requires a master's or a doctorate. I don't like, the sheer amount of people I went to school with that are like, I'm getting my degree in French literature, Russian literature, communications, insert degree here that I'd be like, I mean, I didn't know how to ask, but probably as a young rude kid, I'm like, what are you going to do with that? And genuinely, the vast majority of my friends I went to school with who got degrees like that, they are salespeople at Lowe's. Because Lowe's pays better than any other job they could have gotten with those degrees. Which is crazy. Like, I don't know. I know maybe 3 people using a degree they actually got in any way, shape, or form. And other than that, yeah, criminal justice, medical, psychology, engineering. I don't know. Engineering, it depends. Engineers in chat, speak up on this. I dated an engineer for a lot of years. So this is just like, again, extrapolation from that situation. Electrical engineering feels like it could be a trade school. Like, that is such a hands-on, like, electrical versus electronic. Electrical engineer is much more the physical aspect of building boards and the physical part of putting them together, designing them, etc. Whereas, as far as I remember, electronic is more the coding, more the theoretical part of it. It just seems we're paying, I mean, God, the amount of money we flush out in school is just crazy. Oh, no shit. You could do anything you want as long as you went to the State University of New York. That's funny. Can I just go to the listen to music and watch videos all day school instead? Is that a thing? Because I'll go. I would have loved to go to school for a music degree, but also I had to think about the cost versus what kind of job I could get. 100%. My first year of school, I was an art major, believe it or not. I actually like applied to this university to be a part of their art program. I had to apply with like a portfolio and shit. And I did it for a year. And I was like, I mean, that was always in the back of my mind. Like, what am I going to do with this? Like, my whole family encouraged me. They were very encouraging. Like, this, you are an artist. You should do this. You'll enjoy it. But once I got into it, like, I'm very much just a traditional artist. I like to paint, draw, etc. And I learned very quickly that if I didn't get into digital art real quick, I had no future. Like, there, as a dumb child, as an adult, it seems so stupid to say out loud, but like, what are you going to do with a traditional art degree? Like, literally one of my teachers, he taught and was a world-renowned children's book author, but he had to teach to like supplement his income. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this at all. So I went out and I did chemistry instead. Teach art. That's basically, yeah. You hit big or you teach art. That was it. There was just nothing to be done. And it was really sad. I was really sad about it because, I mean, I loved the classes. It was amazing. I still have my mom has all these huge art notepads and shit of mine from when we would like draw live models and stuff like that. It was amazing. But like, what do you do? And then I went to chemistry and then I went medical and like still not using it. What up, Celestial? I hope you're doing well, honey bean. Yeah, I don't know if if I like quantified what I spent on school and all the degrees I have 3. I'll never make that back. And not doing what my degree gave me by any means. Like, at all. I wanted to go for biochemistry so bad, but every time I rolled into state college, freaking insane stuff happened in my life. Your life is crazy. And just made school impossible. Dad dies, finally left abusive relationship, still got abused because we had a kid, saw each other, job issues, medical issues. Like, if it could happen to me, it did. I'd finally decided I'm just not meant to go to school and I have another purpose. And like, I hope you feel solace in listening to all of these people, myself included, talking about how much school did nothing for us. Other than a lot of stress and a lot of loans. Like, so much loans. My brother graduated last year with a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. He just found a job last summer that he loves, but he loves it. I'm so happy. I mean, that's why my sister went into law, because she knew she could find a job. What up, Vex? Good morning. Software engineer, I definitely needed a lab space to be able to do mecha electronics works. Understanding microelectrical components, transistors, resistors, and how they influence computation, even in calculators, was absolutely needed. Can you be a programmer without it? Absolutely, but it's definitely not the same. So this is, again, this is why I think that should go to a trade school where it could just be a cheaper and program where you don't have to take like a million. This is the difference. This is why university is so expensive, in my opinion. They make us take all those goddamn general required whatever credits. Trade school, community college, etc. Technical schools don't do that. And that's awesome. Like, the amount of fucking stupid schools that I paid, or classes that I paid $5,000 for because the school needed me to broaden my horizon. When I just knew what I was doing, I just needed to do it. Like, and on top of that, the labs in the tech schools were exponentially better. That's what I was going to say. Like, the lab space, genuinely. So basically what happened, university versus tech school. University, we would have like 5 lectures a week, like 5 one-hour lectures. And then we would have 1 5-hour lab where once a week we would take all that computed information from the entire week and we'd get 5 hours in the lab to do something. Versus at the tech school, we would have 30 minutes of lecture and 2 hours of lab every fucking day. And the teacher would just be there walking around and it was like lecture during the lab, like integrated learning. And it was just so much better because the class sizes were so much smaller. You could do that every day. Whereas a university, those labs are being used every day. It's just there's so many fucking students that the way that they divide them up is you get 1 5-hour day in the lab to actually do something. Versus tech school, you had a class of 30 kids. She just fucking did lab every day. It was amazing. Like, you'd learn something and immediately go apply it. Learn something, immediately go apply it. It was just, for me personally, and that's why I say you can't generalize personal experience. For me personally, it was just such a better, more fertile learning environment because it wasn't like just taking notes and reading and taking notes and reading and taking notes and reading for 6 days and then one day a week being like, take all those 6 days of everything you've learned and do it now. It was like, I have some questions. I don't quite understand what we're doing. Let's go physically fucking do it immediately. That was so nice. And you just had access to the labs all the time. They were always open because you were the one class using them. It wasn't like they were being rented out 24/7 to other classes. There was just so many things that me personally, I enjoyed thoroughly at the tech school versus university. I hated the university environment, just being a number, no teacher knowing your name because there's 300 kids in every class, shit like that. But again, that's personal experience. Like, I might be tainted by growing up in a tiny ass town of literally 1,500 people, where my graduating class was like 36 people. That's where I come from, where to this day, my high school principal is still my Facebook friend, so is the attendance lady, and they wish me happy birthday. It's weird, but small town life like that, like going to the city and going and being in a big university where you're just nothing, was really hard for me to transition to. And then on top of that, just like be an adult, be independent, do everything on your own, and go to school and do all this. I was not an adult at 18. Who the fuck is? I genuinely was not ready to do all of that at 18 and get good grades. Like, all of that, like, it was rough. I thought I was doing it well. I was not. Oh my God, Glut, you might be right. You might be right. The classes just, I would and again, this is why you can't generalize personal experience, but like, because of the way schedules worked, I never got to take those general required classes that I actually thought might be interesting. I usually you would just end up taking what you can, what's available. So like, for instance, I ended up taking a class called cinema, and genuinely the teacher just put movies on every day and like wore skin tight pants and a skin tight shirt, but like was older and would like flirt with the young girls in the class all day while the movie was going. And he like tried to make every movie sexual, and he'd be like, see, that guy's name is Lester, he's definitely a molester. He did that to like every movie. Like, I had to take classes like that where like, okay, but I had to pay like so much money for that. I'm bitter about it. Which, again, you cannot generalize personal experience. I just don't think that class broadened my horizons. But there's so many cool general required classes like that, but you cannot get it. It's almost impossible to get into them until you're like a super senior, because they just fill up so fast. So I got shuffled into that, or like I genuinely had to take a class on French literature. It's really boring. So yeah, you can't generalize personal experience. I'm bitter about it. It was just so much money for a lot of crap when I knew what I wanted to do and wanted to get the fuck out. You can't. Not everybody can do that. A lot of people need that. I mean, they do that. No shit. I think I've talked about that, Glut. They do that in medicine now because, and the exact problem Glut's talking about. There's so many. How do I explain this? So basically, if you get into a medical program or med school of some kind, there is always some sort of prerequisite test to get in. So if you're going to go to medical school, like doctor school, you have to take the MCATs. Example. So what happened was, you would go, I've talked about this before, but basically you go through school, you graduate with your degree in nursing, respiratory, whatever, and then you have to take a test. You have to take multiple tests, etc. You have to pay to take these like certification tests to get board certified. And people who have like crazy good memorization skills, like photographic memories, get straight A's in school, oftentimes fucking pass those tests with flying colors, straight A's, because they have that kind of brain. But they have exactly, and this is no judgment, this is just a fact, I've read these papers, they have exactly zero bedside manner. I've worked with these doctors before, and I've told you guys stories about them. I worked with a doctor that genuinely walked into a room and was like, yeah, I think we're going to terminally extubate, and stood there with their arms crossed, staring at the patient. And I was like, are you just going to stand here with the family while we do this? And they're like, oh, don't worry, it'll only take a few minutes. And just like they have exactly zero people skills, so they're actually doing like psychological, what is it called? They send people that want to be doctors to like get these, like a shrink breakdown of your brain to make sure you're not insane. Because so many people with just like these crazy smart brains are getting into medicine, but patients are firing them because they're like, no, that's not human. It's actually a thing. It causes siloing in business too when people don't consider impacts of things they do and how they'll affect people around them. Yes. You don't know what you don't know, and anyone that assumes you know everything is dangerous and delusional. Yes. I guess if I was to improve the system, which is never going to happen, I'm nobody. But like, you know how when you're like, I'm sure you know these people, you might be one of them, any of you. There's a lot of people our age and older and younger who fucking hate reading and have genuinely, they'll brag they've never read a book on purpose. And I think a lot of that stems from us being forced to read shit when we're younger. And yeah, it's good exposure, but if you turn reading into a chore and we genuinely don't like what we're reading, we're never going to grow up to enjoy that reading. And that's why I'm bitter. It's like because of the way the school system is designed and because they're like, you have to take all these general requirement classes and there's a slew of them, like there's tons of them, but they're going to fill up really fast and you're going to get the bottom of the drippy barrel. It makes me really bitter because I'm like, I wasn't exposed to shit. This guy was playing movies like American Beauty. Who the fuck hadn't seen American Beauty by 2006? Like a film person, a movie person. I'm a big movie person, always have been a movie person. Like it wasn't like he was digging into the depths of film to show me something extreme. He showed us Fight Club and talked about how, you know, sheeple and like it was stuff like that where I was like, I'm paying for this right now. I just wish there would have been like, I would have been more open to that if I actually could have taken classes that did expose me to new things. Like the classes that weren't general required classes that I did end up taking. I've told you guys about, like I took Russian for like 5 years. Why? I don't know. And I'm really glad I did because that led me to take European history classes, which in no way, shape, or form were required. This was a case of I had financial aid, and in order to keep financial aid, I had to maintain a full class load. And you know how I was talking about like, you can't get into the classes half the time if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior because they just fill up so fucking fast because everybody's stuck in school for 7 years at this point. You still have to maintain a full class load. Your financial aid. I'm in tears at a taco time eating tater tots because I couldn't fill my class load and I got dropped for a quarter by financial aid. It's such a fucked up system. So you just end up filling your class load with bullshit. And filling my class load with bullshit, that made me experience more random shit like European history, which led me in, you know, Russian, which led me into taking European history, which was so cool because as an American, you guys, I mean, at least in my personal experience, I wasn't given a world history for shit. My softball coach / PE teacher was in World War II. And so every once in a while he'd go into like a delusional state and start talking about it while we were like stretching before PE. We'd all be like, oh my God, is he gonna, you know, that was it. So that was great. Or like I filled my course schedule and took a class on Islam. Literally the class was just called Islam. And I am from the era of 9/11 where like the Middle East just got villainized to the ends of the earth. And so because I grew up with like decent humans who were like, we're not going to villainize the fucking Middle East. I went to college and I was like, I'd actually like to learn what this word is. I didn't even know what the fuck Islam was. It was so loosely and horribly used by people. I was like, I'm going to take this class. And it was genuinely like a religion class. Like we learned a lot about the Islam in general, but then we like comparatively compared it. Yep. We compared it to other religions and just like mirrored them towards each other. It was so fucking informative. Like really broadened my horizons. Like that shit did more than these general required shits. But I don't know. Like you said, no system's perfect. I had so many parent-teacher conferences about my kid reading in class because your kid wouldn't read in class. Was that why? Did you tell them because they chose fucking shitty books? Seriously, I give like, my mom was very encouraging. We always had a bookshelf, and she used to read to me all the time. But I had a teacher. He was my 5th and 6th grade teacher. He changed grades, so we just got the same teacher. He had a book. He had his own little library in our portable. We were in a portable. Anybody else teach in a portable at one point? I don't know if other countries do this or if other places do this. Tell me if they do. But in Washington, at least, when the class sizes were too big legally, like I don't even know what legally each teacher could take, they would overflow students into portables or like double wide trailers outside the school. I don't even know how to describe them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, there was like a string of them along the school and certain classes, and I was in one of those portals for 2 years, but he had his own mini library in there, and you could just check out books from him all the time. I didn't have to wait for library day. I could just experience books, And that was genuinely one of the best experiences, like, of just getting me to read and getting to learn to enjoy reading and not seeing it as an assignment and a chore. And I'm grateful for that because reading saves my brain sometimes. Well-taught courses are more beneficial than checking the box courses that are likely state or government mandated for accreditation. 100%. Yeah. Variety is super important. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I could not agree more. 100%. They just have to make it more viable. Like, you're going to create more bitter people like me with that shit because I could go off on the weird random ass classes I had to take that were just. I mean, the only reason I have like an undeclared like major in psychology was filling class shit. But it was cool. I mean, so much shit I got out of college that sucks because it was so expensive, but I did get like invaluable lessons. For instance, I was absolutely one of those people that went about my life until about the age of 23 saying, I hate children. I've never wanted kids, but I genuinely was like, I just hate children. I don't like being around them. They make me very anxious. They're stinky. They're gross and sticky and just like don't enjoy them. It took two like days of child rearing psychology for me to absolutely have an epiphany. I don't hate children. I hate parents. Mine, but that's what those are for. That's what the purpose of those CREs or general required credits or whatever they're called at whatever university or school you went to. Whatever those are called, that's the purpose of those, is to blow your mind with something like that so you don't go around the world being like, I hate kids. No, I don't. It's similar to like people who villainize a certain breed of dog. No. Dogs are dogs are dogs. We fucked them up and made them look funny. There are bad owners. Period. But it's that same mentality. It's just applying it somewhere else. Like, how could I? But I was a dumb young fuck. I'm still a dumb young fuck. I hope to be dumb and young forever because that means I'm still learning, and that's a fucking good sign. Thank you for the biddies, Hugh. I appreciate you. This is a friendly reminder that all Heckin' Cuties are valid and worthy of all the love you can handle. You are seen, you are heard, and you are appreciated. Have a wonderful day, you Heckin' Cuties. Just to do a little adage on the end of that, because I haven't said this yet today. Trans men are men, trans women are women, non-binary people owe us nothing in how they outwardly present, period, end of story. This will be a safe place forever until I am dead. And that's it. I love you guys. Cheers. Human development classes were fucking enlightening for me. And I do have to add to that, I am a second youngest of 8. I'm a strong, middle, young child. So, like, that probably tainted it a little bit. Whereas, like, my older siblings had to, like, experience the young ones. I just was one of the young ones. Worrying about other people's genitals is weird. Fucking men. It's fucking weird. None of the required gen ed classes did anything. Did anything to broaden my horizons. I wish I had classes like that. Maybe I wouldn't have dropped out. Same. It was classes that I ended up taking voluntarily to fill my schedule. Those were like the Islam class, etc. Those were the ones that just they really did. They didn't force me to broaden my horizons by any means, but like, you know, taking a bunch of Russian, I was like, fuck, I want to learn about the countries that speak these beautiful languages I'm learning about. Because, like, my teacher that I took Russian from, he studied ancient Siberian languages. Like, that was what he was published under and taught Russian at the university, like, as a side gig. And every, like, 5 years, he'd go off to Siberia for a couple years and then come back, etc. It was crazy. But I learned so much through him that drove me to take a class on just Eastern Europe in general. Like, it was literally like the first test was the geography of Eastern Europe and the capitals, and then learning like how the bits and pieces were formed and all the countries. It was so nothing I got out of public school though. I didn't get much geography for fuck, but that was great. Like, those things genuinely made me go browse my. That's just nothing I would have ever. Which is where Katie learned about Nebraska motherland. You know, I was watching Big Bang Theory yesterday while I was working out, and I realized that Penny's from Nebraska, and I wonder if that's where I got it. Because I don't know. I know one story about a Nebraskan told to me by a Nebraskan, and it's disgusting. Other than that, I have no connections to Nebraska in any way, shape, or form, and I have no fucking idea where that came from. Okay, two reasons. Three. Penny is from Nebraska. Second reason, I worked with a man at Lowe's that was from Nebraska, and he said he used to work on a sheep farm when he was a kid, and it was one of those old school sheep farms where they detesticled the sheep with their teeth. And he was like, not a jokester. This was like a guy who just straight up just was like, yeah, these are the facts, and then went back to loading a truck. It was fucking wild. But then third reason, when I was driving across the country, so when I got a job at Hopkins, I drove from Washington to Baltimore. I planned my route very specifically so that I would go through, I wanted to see as many state parks as possible, see as many like states that, the states that people like to insensitively call flyover states. I wanted to see as many as possible because I don't know anyone that lives there. So I was like, this is kind of, I thought, my only chance. Then I drove across the country again. I was like, this is my only chance to see this stuff. And when I was looking at Nebraska to drive across like the north-ish, there's genuinely nothing to see in Nebraska other than the world's largest wall of corn. So I didn't go to Nebraska because there was other things to see, unfortunately, and I know shockingly, that were more attractive than the wall of corn. So Nebraska was a place of much corn, very corny. The motherland, if you will. But that could be it. Other than that, I have no idea. I heard the elementary school about biting off the nuts. It's legit, I guess. Like, no shit. Like, that's how it's fast. I saw an episode, I want to say, of it was either Anthony Bourdain or Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmern. Did she do it? One of those where they like went to Argentina or something and witnessed it. They did it. There's multiple ways to castrate animals. Like, some people do the rubber band method, some people use a knife, some people, etc. Like, there's multiple ways to do it, but I guess some old schoolers. Rabbis used to do it with their teeth. Like, that's legit. So I there's more than one way to denut a sheep, I guess. My skin is crawling now. Let's not. Nebraska's flat fields as far as the eye can see. So it's like Kansas. That's Kansas. That's how things get infected. The human mouth is a trash heap. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Has more corn than Iowa? I don't know, but they have the wall of corn. That's all I know. That was like their one attraction was literally a wall of corn. So I didn't go. I went to like so many fucking state parks, so it was insane. Like every state park I could possibly go through. Kansas was, I've talked about this before, but driving through Kansas with Eliza, we actually pulled up our phones to check the map every once in a while because it felt like we were on a bad video game loop that just like we got stuck because it was never changed. We never turned. It was just straight for hours through these fields. And every 15 minutes, you would either see the exact same Trump sign or Jesus is coming. Very specifically, Jesus is coming sign. That was it. So that's where Jesus is coming came from, because we just couldn't stop because we saw them so often. At least rabbis got to keep the tip. I don't think they ate it. It kind of sounds like you're saying porn, corn, corn, corn. I feel like I have a little bit of an accent. Like, I don't pronounce all my consonants. Sometimes when I hear clips of myself, like, what's a word? Oh, this is one that Zeke has made fun of me for. Butthole. Butthole. Butthole? Butthole. Butthole. It's a butthole. It's a butthole. They're gone. I don't know what happened there. I mumble. They call it genuinely there's a word for it, the Baltimore mumble. I don't know if that's what I have, but you kind of like just stop saying the words in the middle a little. Like, have you ever seen those like ADHD tests where it's a paragraph, but all the words are misspelt, but the first letter and the last letter are exact, and for some reason you can still read it because our brains just work like that. It's like that. But we just stop saying all this shit in the middle. Is it? Yeah. I keep hearing you say porn and not corn. Corn. Road trips make people insane for real. By the time the boys and I got to the west coast of Ireland, we were just making probably offensive, vaguely Irish noises. Had to check ourselves before we got out of the car to stay with Irish family. I love road trips, but I'm a little weird afterwards. Is it going to show the right one? Upside down until I got to school because they thought it was cute. Don't, like, you know what I'm saying? We're fucked from the beginning. I know, it's terrible. I can't think about it. It's kind of like how some words, if I look at them, I can't say them. I have to like close my eyes and then suddenly I can say the word. My brain gets broken and then you say it too many times and I'm like, what is irons? That wasn't it. Irons. What is irons? Irons? That's not it. No, was that it? Irons. Wait. Iron. Did I do it? Ooh. Iron. Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Yeah, literally, I do that with the word fork a lot when I'm really high. Just think about the word fork too often and suddenly you're like, why is fork? Why did we develop an utensil that is just mimicking our hand? Stop. Nope. Not today. Gotta stop. Gotta stop. I'm just lowering volume and putting music back on. I don't want to blow your ears out. Or do I? There's actually a word for that, Vex? No shit. I ended up going to elocution lessons. Man, believe it or not, I used to speak real nice. Oh my god, Phoenix. Vegetable. Why do we pronounce it that way? Look at it. Veggie-table. Vegetable. Vegetable. Where'd vegetable come from? That one haunts me. Veggie-table. I used to speak real nice, and then I moved all over the country. Refrigerator. Refrigerator. What the fuck? There's a lot. Yeah. Results. I have a personal qualm with S's and Z's, to be honest. Semantic satiation. Semantic satiation. Ouch. Fuck you. This is friggin' Savage Garden. Yeah. Fucking A it is. Northeast Coast Ruiner, 100%. And it would do it to anybody. It's very natural for people to assimilate. And, like, genuinely, I know examples are like pop. I grew up with pop. I grew up and it was pop. Moved to Baltimore. Katie says pop. Okay, it's soda. You get bullied. And now it's soda. And then DC, Coke. Or soda, depending on who you're dealing with and who wants to be mad at you on that day. Like, this is maybe why I drink Monster, because it's just neither.
I'm going to fuck
you. Sarah, I fucking love you!
Cock.
Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. Jesus, 98 months. Milk, Kills is gonna come out and attack me, though. I can't judge. I didn't get the Pennsylvania... Are you gonna draw a picture on the table up in Howard County of the flares in the water? I didn't get that one. Please don't be mad. I didn't get that one. I got the other one. But it's super natural to assimilate like that. And just like Florida versus Florida. Kills, no, stop it. Milk. I say milk and water correctly. Thank you very much. No, I don't do Warsh. I don't know where that comes from. As a born Washingtonian, I don't like it. What is that? What you just added a letter. Like I don't even. I just call it hell. Soft drink, as in without alcohol, but I said that once and got dunked on, so switch to saying something fizzy whenever I'm in the States. You got dunked on for saying a soft drink? Nowadays, we're pretty universal. I would think people would know what the fuck that means. How do you say bag or bag or crayon? I say crayons. Hold on. Color crayons. That. Color crayons. If I think about it too hard, I get too pronunciate, but like color crayons. Color crayons? Color crayons. Crayons. I think it's just crayons. There's not even a Y in there anymore. Just crayons. Vague. Something's up. Spotify. It's just Spotify. It's pausing itself. I do apologize. You good? Spotify's been weird all day. I don't know why. Bagel. Bagel. Bag. What does it mean? Almond. Okay, pecan or pecan. It really depends. I'm the same with caramel or caramel. It's weird. It depends on the state of it. So, like, it's a pecan tree, but it's pecan pie. I've noticed, I love language. I've just noticed this in my own personal speech patterns. It's caramel if it's harder or like chewy, you know, like caramel squares. That's caramel. If it's pourable or soft, it's caramel. Those are literally the same thing, just like at a different consistency versus like based on temperature, probably, right? But it's definitely just depends on the state of the thing. It's a pecan tree, but a pecan pie. I think it was just how I was taught to say it. I don't know. It's a bag. Bags. A bag and a bagel? Nope. Bag and bagels. Wow. Saying it both ways. Interesting, right, Donna? I think it's just genuinely like how, I don't know what that is. That fucking thing is a good way to go. Hey, hun, what do you want? That fucking thing over there. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. I want that. Wait, what? I want that. It's juice or diluting juice for squash. So say a can or of fizzy juice for pop soda. We call tap water council juice. And drunk juice for beers and whiskey is just whiskey. But why? Why doth you so difficult? But why? Hold on, I almost lost you guys' links. You're not wrong, V. I know. I should know better. See, I've fucking never seen Adventure Time. This is all I wait. I know the baby buns or whatever. There's like a weird song about baby buns. And then there was one other. I can't remember what it is. I know clips from it, but I've never seen the fucking show, and I always feel prints aren't even there anymore because it's probably still snowing. Right? Okay. This guy, Eric Singer. Oh, I moved screens. Eric Singer. It's Eric Singer wired accents. He may or may not be a dialect coach. May or may not. I know it says that, but like, is that a? I guess if you coach people in dialects, like, who am I to judge? But like, is that a thing? I know. He just jumps around in it. Lil likes to eat the snow and then jump around in it. But I bet their footprints are already gone because it is heavily snowing outside. Okay. I'm okay with the snuggles. I have to pee so bad, but that's fine. I'm so glad we're getting all this snow 2 days before you get groomed and you're going to be so cold. That's going to be the best. Okay. Yeah. You're my best boy and I love you so much. We also, I did save videos from yesterday. I hope they play. I hope they work. So, quick break. Stand up, stretch your legs. Do you want to go? He knows. You're a destructive menace. You know that? I love you, but you are a destructive fucking menace. I'll be right back. This is very fitting. Genova, good morning, love. It is so fucking cold. And the snow is coming down still, and there are no footprints at all. Oh, fuck. I tried to grab Klutz Link and I squirreled. Is it a bird? Did I grab the right one? Mm-hmm. I don't like this either. That's it. I'm out. I'm out on that one. So how's that? It's not funny. No, it's not funny. You missed nothing. Nothing was funny. That was some of the slowest. Like, what the fuck? No. I know. I wasn't, like, sped up. Glut was right. Like, the moment you put it on 2 times, she sounded like a normal person and still a little slow. That's wild. That's got to be, like, a Zanny or something. I know. I was trying to genuinely, I went to music on my YouTube and I was scrolling. I'm like, is there anything new? Pretty guitar. Will it ooh-woo at me? Excited. There was I downloaded all those Jackbox party games and I said we were going to try a new one today and I can't remember what we were going to try, so I'm just going to open it up. The Mega Picker. Whatever that is. For some reason, it only shows me one at a time, but the Mega Picker. Home. Library. Okay, was it Monsters Seeking Monster? Was that the one we wanted to try? I think so. I think I wanted to try that one. And if all of them suck, we can just do the t-shirt one again, because that was my favorite. That was so much fun. It was so stupid. There's Fibbage 3, which I don't remember what that was, but Monster Seeking Monster seemed fun. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're all just monsters trying to find love. There's no better party game to live this truth than Monsters Seeking Monster. Strategy roleplay, 3 to 7 players, 15-minute rounds. Fibbage is like trivia. The description is it was only a matter. It just says it's a 70s version. Yeah, it doesn't even describe the name. That was, I think, the only ones we were interested in on this one. And then there's the other one. I don't remember which one this is, though. If it's Fibbage 3, then maybe this is the Jackbox Party Pack 3, right? Party Pack 4? What's 4? No, this one's 4. Okay, what's on 3? I want to say there was something on 3 that a few people said was decent. The t-shirt one was on 3, I'm pretty positive. Yeah. Faking It. If Faking It, you can finally discover how bad your friends are at lying. The TKO. TKO is the t-shirt one. That was super fun. Quiplash. Quiplash 2 picks up where the predecessor left off. Enjoy original prompts. I don't think I've ever played that. Trivia, Murder Party, and then Guespionage. So those are the other options if we hate whatever we pick. But let's try the Demonster one. That one sounds fun. Break first, though, because I know I have to pee again. I've drank so much coffee. So many beverages. The urine is within me. This one looks fucking... TKO was so much fun. Oh, I'm still thinking about some of the t-shirts we made. I laughed so goddamn hard. So if all else fails, we'll just go to TKO. Fuck it. It was so much fun. That game was ridiculous. You just never knew. And people were genuinely quite imaginative. I was pretty impressed. Okay. Quick break. I'm going to open the game, though. Let's see. It's probably jackbox.tv again, right? No shit. Viata's slogans and my art was like a joke. And I'm not just saying that. I had like throwaway art. So we want to go full screen mode. Audience? What does that mean? Let an audience play. Yeah, absolutely. Extended timers. Yes, please. Require Twitch. Yes, please. Start. Nope. Allow room code hiding. Yes, please. Skip tutorials. No, we have never played this. Hide secret lightning words. Hide on-screen messages. I don't know what that means. Probably. I'll hide on-screen messages. That seems like a good idea. I don't know what that means, but we'll start that. It sounds like you're standing outside of a club playing Daft Punk. Doesn't it? Interesting. This is what it looks like. It's pretty cute. Like in the middle of a game or something. Cause fuck that shit. Let me double check the settings too. Make sure we still have the good ones on. Full screen, audience, yes. Extended timers, yes. Requires Twitch, yes. Manual, nope. Start game from controller, nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. We are good. I get so stumped on the drawings. Like, genuinely, I'm not. People, I don't know why they use the drawings I've done, but I'm thankful. Happy 420 and cheers. Me neither. The ideas don't come to me very well. But I try my best, and for some reason y'all still pick some of my drawings sometimes. And you won with them, which is crazy. I still think about the little stick figure. Jumping. The sounds, though. I loved the stick figures were some of the funniest things that I saw. Yeah, I think the stick figures were some of the funniest shits to come out of the fucking game. All right, you ready? Code's about to come up. It's the same website as before, jackbox.tv. You're going to put the code in if you want to play, and then wait, and then when you want to be audience, then you put the code in. This one is like drawing and writing, so be prepared. We will laugh. It is fucking hilarious. If you do anything against TOS or inappropriate, I will find where you live and do inappropriate things right back. You stop that right now. Well, tomorrow's Borderlands Day, if Vissy and Knives are feeling up to it. Wow, she's looking good. But today was fucking fun. I love these games. They're ridiculous. They bring out some very interesting sides. I was gonna say, so one really cool part about this website or about this game in general is that you can go to this here website and you can see all of the shirts from today. So if there was any shirt on there that you just were like, oh my fucking shit, I need that, they're all on there. It's crazy. You can genuinely buy them for like 23 bucks or something. It's insane that that's actually available. So if you needed, no, you have to stick it all the way up my butt, or I don't want to play anymore, or Tammy's a cunt, or ask your doctor if this is right, if it's right for you today or whatever. Those are all on that website. It's pretty dope. The snow's crazy, and I'm gonna go exhaust my dogs in it before the light goes away. That's my goal. As per the usual, we have movie night in the Discord every night. It's in an hour, though. Usually I would say 2 hours, but we went late today because I started late. So in about an hour, stop by the Discord if you'd like to see some movies. We've been watching some pretty dope ones. Deer in the Schnur? Sick. In about an hour. English is difficult. We've been watching, like, for the most part, pretty feel-good movies. Cheers. Things that, like, you know, don't tempt fate with our emotions, because we need gentle these days. Oh, you should get a burrito. I had such a pleasing burrito experience last night, and then the little fried potatoes. Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. It was so good. I know I'm a little jealous. I'm gonna watch Poods go spring around in it. That should be fun. Take your joy, drink water, take care of yourselves, all of the usual things. I hope to see you tomorrow and the next day. I think pretty much everyone across the board is getting pretty crazy inclement weather right now. So on that note, take care of yourselves. Don't go out if you don't need to. If you make delivery drivers, who, to be fair, are volunteering their time to go do... I mean, not volunteering their time, but they're out there voluntarily. Make sure to tip them well, because they are putting their fucking lives at risk. It's crazy. That's it, I think. Borderlands Day. That's it. I can't remember. I'm a little high. Be safe. That's it. It's not that I don't trust you as a driver. It's other people I don't trust. They're all crazy. Little tiny cars going out there spinning their fucking tailing. What's it called? Fishtailing? I see the fishtailing constantly out here. It's just insane. Just keep yourself safe. Keep your loved ones safe. Stay in and stay warm if you can. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Borderlands. I think we're beating Borderlands tomorrow, by the way. If anybody gives a fuck. Main